It's a stress and unfortunately relevance-free super wild card weekend in Patriots Nation. Unfortunately, the swear jar is not going to get kicked into this weekend, and it's too bad the Patriots didn't find their way back to the postseason once again. But the good news is Patricia is out. Mayo hopefully is going to remain in. Who's going to be the new coordinator? And is Mayo the HC in waiting for the NEP? It's all coming up on a super wild card weekend edition of the show that promises.
See, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
I'm in the mood to fuck around and find out. Hopefully you guys are too. Fitzy, Dakota, dick pics now. As always, and like so many times before, just a couple of dicks making some picks. How's everybody doing? And welcome to your Super Wild Card Weekend edition of Dick Picks with Fitzy and Dakota. Just a couple of dicks from the South Shore of Boston, talking football and busting chops along the way. I'm your old pal, Nick Fitzy Stevens, the host, sometimes with the most, alongside the original Cash Bomb himself from edate.com, swingjuice.com, and fantasyspin.com, and your mom's favorite website.com, and whogivesashit.biz. It's the one and only Steve Dakota Happus. What up, Dakota? How you doing, guy?
What's up, my pal Fitzy? I heard you were kicking around in the local watering holes in Braintree the past few weeks, and I'm unhappy that you didn't come see me. So
I've had very little time kicking around the glorious water holes of the South Shore. That's the problem is, I every time I come home, granted, still I am and always will be South Shore strong, and I'm still a native New Englander, even though I live on the wrong side of the New Haven routing line. I'm back up there all the time. It's always work, and then I got to get back home because it's youth sports, lunch, and all the other real life dad responsibilities. I'll be up a ton, obviously now because. No, Louis, thanks for asking, though. We love the fact that you guys participate across the many at Fitzy GFY socials. I said watering holes, not glory holes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So I have two things for the audience. One, I don't have to eat clam chowder because the Mac Jones did not lead the Patriots to the playoffs.
Mac Jones.
But Fitzy, I'm not sure. It's kind of like I was in the barber chair last week, and when they shave this and they leave this, and my barber's like, you should just keep the mustache. So I'm like, you know what? Tried it out, but it's starting to fill in. So I need like thumbs up or thumbs down with the mustache if this wasn't here,
Yeah.
So my barber thinks I look like Freddie Mercury.
I'm not sure, actually. I just want to run the quote of the week last week for everyone. Dakota reminded people that the Pats were going to get steamroaded.
Steamroaded, that's correct.
So the final score of 35-23, where the Patriots season ended so ingloriously, once again helping defeat themselves as much as the Buffalo Bills and the surging emotion of the Damar Hamlin "Did we win?" movement. 35-23. Did you believe that to be a steamroading, Dakota?
Well, yes and no. Kickoff returns, they got steamroaded. Okay, I think it was Mac Jones's best game and the most important game. But still too many mistakes for him, and unfortunately, Patriots had a chance to win that game. I don't care what you said. They get the ball inside the 20-yard line twice and only come away with 3 points to go up in both of those spots in the third quarter, and Mac Jones couldn't get you over the hurdle. It's completely on the quarterback. I don't want to hear anything about the offensive coordinator because you know what? The wide receivers were open in that game.
Did Mac Jones give up not one but two freaking kickoff returns? That game is not on. That game.
It's not on the defense, and it's not on Matt Patricia. It's not on. It's only strictly on two things. Mac Jones had two opportunities with the ball in the red zone to come away with 7 points. He did neither. Mm-hmm. If they go up by 7 points in that game, their defense is pinned back.
They went up by 3, and what happened when they went up in the third quarter? 17-14. The ensuing kickoff was kicked down. Like, this is like missing Jake Bailey.
I know. So how about that? Jake Bailey comes back. Jake Bailey comes back to potentially cost us that game. And I you know what I hate, Fitzy? I hate people
People
all
that
on
cut in
Twitter.
line at the concession stand.
Yeah, and I mean, people that don't thank you when you hold the door open at Starbucks.
Yeah, people, also people that pay by check at the grocery store. The worst.
That's true too. So I hate people saying, well, if you take away those 2 kick returns, the Patriots won. No, that's not the way it works, because Josh Allen could have gone down and scored anyways and got a touchdown. So that's meaningless. I hate that. Oh, take away those 2, take away this. You know what? Take away that Mac Jones interception in New York Jets, and Zappe was probably the quarterback for the rest of the season, okay? So you can't play take away this, take away that. I hate it.
All right. First and foremost, just for the record, yeah, the defense played pretty damn well. Josh Allen is going to get his one way, shape, or form. 2 bombs, an insane pass, a 58-yard laser to John Brown that was perfectly placed as only he could do. A bomb with John Jones in borderline lockdown coverage on Steph Diggs. It was literally thrown to the only spot he could catch it. The guy's phenomenal. And then that opening drive touchdown to Knox. I expected Buffalo to get 24 points. I thought the Patriots offense played very well too. But the special teams, everything again, Dakota, this is something people need to, I don't want people to get used to it, but this has been more the norm than it has
Didn't
not
they have
the last
3
to 4 years.
3 punt blocks this year too, right?
No, last year in 2021 they had 3 punt blocks. This year they had 1 or 2. They had running into the kicker. They gave up the most kickoff return touchdowns in the league. Like, the special teams were awful. I mean, like worse than your video you put out earlier this week where you said the Patriots were only going to get 5 wins next season. Worse than your Freddie Mercury mustache.
Have you seen the schedule? Have you seen that schedule next year? Have you seen it? Because it's
tough.
It's a tough schedule.
Tough.
And you know what? The good thing is,
they're going to need to kick some serious ass this offseason if they want to get back to double-digit wins.
That video was on the premise that Mac Jones was still the starting quarterback. Now, there's plenty of rumors.
Which is not guaranteed. It is.
And then I throw it out because if it's Derek Carr, I think, depending on what else they do in the offseason and other things, if they get a veteran quarterback in there, or should I say it, Mr. Tom Brady comes back and Bill Belichick gets to wear his hoodie again on the sideline, right?
0.0. Yeah, 0.0% chance. I'll be coaching special teams on the Patriots.
So there's a path to like 10 wins next season if they change the quarterback, they bring in an inside linebacker, they draft an offensive lineman, and maybe they find a new slot receiver, because I've been saying this for 3 years. Jacoby Myers.
They have no twitch.
Jacoby Myers is one of the worst ranked efficient slot receivers in the NFL, and this Patriots offense always needed a top slot receiver. They should have done Christian Kirk. They should have got him and paid him the money, because you see what he does in Jacksonville.
Somebody, for Christ's sakes. There's been so many different Tutu Atwells and what's the dude, the kid out in Arizona. Like, there's so many of these, like, the last couple of years, I've written about him for .com. I've mentioned him on my socials a million different times. There have been so many of these little dudes that are like 5'8", $175, fast as shit, and the Patriots decided to skip out on all of them. Good call, Jordan Watson. The Patriots accounted for 50% of the kickoff return touchdowns this season in the NFL, 33 1/3% of them in the last freaking game.
That's great.
It was an absolute, like, no, dude, like they every game this season, the Patriots lost. There was one game, basically.
Yeah.
One game where they got their asses handed to them, and it's the game Belichick fucked up the whole Zappe and McCorkle thing. That Monday night Chicago game, they got their balls handed to them in that game.
What are you talking about? They had 14-10 in the game, and then Jacoby Myers decided to fumble the handoff.
You want to know why? Because Jacoby Myers fumbled the ball because they ran that play in practice all week with Mac Jones. They decided to suddenly put Bailey Zappe in. He hadn't practiced that, so he botched the hand up. That's on your boy Zappe as much as it is Myers. Actually, it's on Patricia and Belichick.
Correct. That's on Patricia. Listen,
your team, their favorite, not just you.
I agree.
Right,
I agree.
Your favorite team is not in the postseason.
I apologize 1,000 times to you. I get on my hands and knees. I didn't misspeak, but I agree with you. If that is true, and Mac Jones is the one that ran the prep snaps in practice on that play to Jacoby Myers, and Zappe didn't run it, then that's an issue. But I will say this, and I played high school football. Yep, Polk High with the guy from Marion.
These are my favorite calls on sports. Guys, listen, I had a grade 2 PCL sprain. You know, I was a bit of a legend in Taunton on the high school football team growing up.
I will say at North Quincy High, whether you were the starting, you were the starting team, the second string or the third string, no matter what plays you were putting in, the number one quarterback got the main snaps. Zappy definitely had a snap in practice on that Jacoby Myers play. He had to.
No, zero chance. Zero chance. He ran the play. No.
They don't do it. That's not the way it works, Fitzy. That's not the way it works.
Big J, one of my favorite Pats pals to hang out with, president of the Tampa Bay Patriots fan club. I just need Brady out of Tampa. Wherever he decides is fine as long as he's not here in the Bay. So Jay and his fiance Nicole, she's a Ravens fan. He's a Patriots fan, diehard Pats fan. He was featured in one of the "Thank You for Your Service" Bud Light commercials years ago because he's an 8-year vet. Jay, thanks once again as always, and go fuck yourself. He said that living in Tampa as a Pats fan was no big deal up until 3 years ago, and then all of a sudden, the second that they signed Brady and then he recruits Gronk, I called it, per Jay's words, the 12 and 87ification of Tampa. And so if you're a Pats fan and you've had to just like be bathed in everyone wearing 12 and 87 in the wrong color, it's been like a living hell. And Jay, I can guarantee you this. Brady plays next season, and I'll guarantee you this.
He's playing.
Not going to be in Tampa. If I had to put money on it right now, Dakota, just to sort of get us off the snappy zappy, the Patriots coaching staff costing them a number of wins, more wins than Mac Jones, and I will not back off that hill. It's a sad little hill to die on, but I'm willing to do it. I'm pushing all my chips in on Brady being the quarterback of, I hope nobody's taking a bite of their lunchtime Sammy. Miami Dolphins. Yep.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I don't even think Tua plays football again. How's that?
I can I say this too, not just to be like safety dad or Mr. Contemporary, just a human being. Yeah. I've talked to legitimately, they've asked me not to name names. I have spoken with neurologists who specialize in concussions and degenerative brain conditions, just because I want to know, so that when I'm talking dicking around in the parking lot, I'm at, Castle Island Brewery in Norwood, we're at Southside Tavern, or we're doing the Dick Pics live stream. I want to actually know what I'm talking about. 2 in a year is potentially long-term devastating for any human being. The fact that this kid had 3 within 4 months, 2 fully diagnosed, 1 that we all pretty much know, like, he probably shouldn't play football ever again. If he wants to live like a long, healthy, fruitful life. And that blows because he was 1 year away from probably getting a $200 million deal.
That's a lot of money. I'd rather have my health than $200 million. I'm sorry. Right?
Yeah, so would I. What is $200 million if you're just like I'll say Stephen Reed says Raiders. Okay. Yeah. Mike Rose, please God no. Yep. Chris, no. Yep. I could see that happening as well.
Hold on. Mark Fox. He says, all right.
Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. The text line at 37937 at WEEI is not happy. All right, Fitzy. Yep. This dude sucks donkey balls with his when I was in high school take. I could be a more entertaining guest. All right. Next one. We're going to have Mark.
First of all,
Mark for 5 minutes at the top of the next line.
I can guarantee Mark, one, is probably a little scaredy to come on any live stream, for one, okay? And he wouldn't have the depth or the breadth to carry a live stream, okay? You can pick apart a high school take. I was being funny about running snaps in practice because Fitzy said that Mac Jones was the only one that ran that reverse to Jacoby Myers. So, yes, we all have used history. If you walked across the street, you might have said, yeah, when I was walking across the street, I did this. So if you have history, you're going to bring up things that you know that you ran. And I'm telling you, from high school football, and I don't care if you laugh at it, they do the snaps for the first team, the second string, and the third string. And I pretty much guarantee, unless it was the last play run at practice, that Mac Jones probably got 3 of those plays run with Jacoby Myers, and Zappy had 1. So go F yourself, Mark Fox. And if you want to come on here and debate me on who would be better on a live stream or even a tape stream, I'll steamroad you. I will. I'll steamroad you on the air right now.
That's it. All right. We need to get a sponsor. We need like Danny's Cleaners. Danny's Cleaners
from Braintree.
From Braintree was my single A sponsor in Little League when we played at Watson Park in Braintree. Not Jordan Watson Park, Jordan. You're one of my favorites. You know that. And I still owe you a prize pack, Jordan. Yeah, Danny's Cleaners was my sponsor. So what we need to do is we need to figure out a way to get like some sort of local cleaner, a dry cleaner, some sort of service to sponsor the steam roading. Like, can we get John Sewer? They sponsor a lot of radio. Can we get is there some, like the Roto Rooter? Is there someone who wants to like sponsor the steam roading of the week? I'm all in on it. And by the way, this is a quality comment. Hello, Robert. How are you? I don't want to overpay for Myers. Just so everyone knows, before we even get into who the Patriots need to prioritize in terms of free agents and who the Patriots should pursue, obviously DeAndre Hopkins is a top target for a lot of good reasons because he's going to be on the market. The going rate, according to Spotrac, which is like the website that figures out contracts, details, and value, is going to be $12 million a season for Jakobi Meyers. $12 million.
And just think, Brady wanted 25.
Yeah, and Tom Brady wanted 25, and they wouldn't give it to him.
Jakobi Meyers, bye-bye. He's worth about $3 million, okay?
Mark Fox, I was the resident
sucks.
villain on PFW, and I love that. I love that. PFW in progress. Love those guys, by the way. If you guys don't listen to on a regular, make sure Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 to 2. My guys, Deuce, Paul Perillo, Lazar, the Lazar Show, and of course, the legend of Fred Kirsch, 12 to 2 at Patriots.com on Patriots Unfiltered. Legend. So is this guy on it or not? I mean, you didn't mention him. So is he on the PFW, whatever? He must have been one of the texters or callers who became like a resident villain. Every station has him. I can tell you all the guys that are the regulars that are P1s, my favorites, my least favorites on WEEI. Every live stream, every radio show, every podcast, everyone has them.
Do you know Gary Tangway would never take any of my calls, would not do I said something about Gary Tangway, like just give him criticism, and he couldn't handle it. Blocked me on Twitter, and wouldn't even let me go on the show. He goes, "No, I hate Dakota." I mean, you can hate me all you want, I don't care. But if you're going to be a host, all right, on the radio, there's no reason, unless someone's going to defame you personally or your family or your kids. Right. There's no reason not to take a call. To me, I don't understand it because
that's the whole thing. It's just business. You never make it personal.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You never make it personal. That's the plan. All right. So before we get to the news last night, I want to ask you, given everything we learned earlier in the week, so much Patriots drama, dysfunction, turmoil, the Patriots have gone from like a legacy scripted show from the days that when you and I grew up, like Dallas and Falcon Crest and Dynasty.
Never watched Falcon Crest. Never watched Dynasty.
But you know what I mean? Like shows about like the shows about like families that are super successful in the drama within, but what it took to be, top tier. To now, like the Patriots are turning into like a freaking Bravo reality show. Stories about Belichick being unhappy with Mac because Mac went behind his back and was calling people, complaining about Patricia, who among us wouldn't have done that given how dysfunctional the offense was, with players grousing all the way back in May at like the OTAs. I got to tell you, and then what Belichick says at his season-ending presser last Monday, just freaking 4 days ago. He was asked about Mac Jones, and he said, I think Mac has the talent to play in this league for a while. Like, all he had to do was say, Mac Jones is our quarterback, or we're going to surround Mac.
But he's not. But he's not.
That's why, like, I went on the radio this week. I'll say it again here right now. I can't guarantee any of you Mac Jones is the starter next fall in Foxboro. I can't. Yeah. I think it's just,
there's a better. I don't know. Is Matt Patricia going to be still on the staff? Just moved into something different, right? That's pretty much the scene, right? Maybe defense. If Mayo gets a head coaching job, maybe Patricia goes to the defensive side to help out Belichick.
So the big announcement last night was I was in the middle of doing the Rich Keefe show. And all of a sudden, there's a tweet that goes around at 7:00. The Patriots put out a freaking press release. Again, more unbelievably anti-Patriot stuff. They put out a press release because this is how pissed Robert Kraft is. Mm-hmm. Monday, he puts out the email to all the season ticket members saying it was unacceptable how the season went. Big changes will be at hand. I guarantee you we'll return to our competitive relevance and our prominent role in the NFL. Then, on a Thursday at 7, there's a news dump. The Pats releasing a press release saying, we are in negotiations to sign Jerod Mayo to a long-term deal. I'll get to that in a second. And we are beginning interviews for a new offensive coordinator. That is Robert Kraft saying, Bill, get out of my way. I'm going to let everybody who pays the bills around here know we're going to do everything that we need to, want to, and have to do to get back to where we were. I've told you a million times, from the radio to the socials to talking to people in the parking lots all around Gillette this year, the people that pay $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a year for their tickets, for the right to be in the Putnam Club, to sit close, to walk on the field, to have the luxury suites, they're mad. They were big mad about this season. I think Bill, unfortunately, misunderestimated how much Patricia could do, as well as how much leniency and slack the fans would cut him. And so this is Kraft stepping in saying, A, don't worry, we're going to get a new coordinator. Patricia will get reassigned. And B, my big take here, I think Jerod Mayo, by not letting the sidelines get brain drained further, I think this is their way of saying Bill's going to coach 2 or 3 more years and get his record, and Jerod Mayo will be your next HC of the NEP.
Okay, so definitely possible. Not going to say that, right? Not going to say it isn't. Hopefully, if he is, he has the same success as Mike Tomlin has done, coming from, I think, 1 year of being a defensive coordinator and then stepping into the head coaching job at Pittsburgh. I forget where he was. But if Charlotte, Carolina,
yes,
comes and says, Jerod, we want to hire you as the head coach for this upcoming season, despite the contract that Mayo just signed, he can leave. I'm sure in that contract, he has an out clause that if he gets a head coaching position,
he can leave. Yeah.
So what? That means nothing. What they just said means absolutely garbage. It's nothing. Oh, okay, we're going to work out a long-term contract with Jerod Mayo, and even if he's named the defensive coordinator, which they won't do, they may make him the assistant head coach. Okay, that might be something that they do. He's gone if Carolina or Cleveland or Atlanta or anybody else wants to have him as a head coach. This is just BS. It's a BS press release.
I think this is not just like they're placating the fans and allaying their fears.
You're placating. They're pandering.
No. With
pandering. It doesn't mean anything.
With the coordinator thing, but no, that's with the coordinator thing. I legitimately believe that Jerod, like they don't want to let Mayo go because I think Belichick, like,
did they want to let Josh McDaniels go? Did they want to let Josh McDaniels go?
No, they didn't. And guess what? They didn't. Here's the thing. This is probably like Bill has, as brilliant as he is, Dakota, Bill Belichick has a lot of blind spots. A lot of blind spots.
When you get to be 70.
So he's
the blind spots.
Exactly. I know. Yeah. Cataracts, and you can't figure, where am I? Like, how many times does he walk into the room? Where are my keys?
He needs those thick, dark. You know what he should do next year, just to troll everybody? Wear those big, like, thick glasses. Like after you had the cataracts removed, you have to sideline so you can't even see his eyes.
Yeah. So Belichick has these blind spots, and he has not had any succession plans in place. None for Brady, none for Gronk, didn't have one for McDaniels. This, again, I truly believe this is Robert, or most likely Jonathan, stepping in and saying, you know what? We're not going to get caught. If you decide to just pull up stakes and call it a career, if you're done before we think you are, we're not getting caught without the head coach we want. You don't get to pick it, Bill. We do. And so I think they believe Mayo, who is now getting offers to be, or at least interviews, Cleveland to be a DC, potentially Carolina to be the head coach. That's invaluable experience and it's big money. But if he signs a piece of paper that's like ironclad that says like, this is your job in 2 years, for this salary.
That's the only way. It has to be in the contract. It has to be. It has to be. Like, but to me, I don't know how you can put that in a contract. I just don't know. I don't know.
Be amazed what lawyers can do.
Yeah, I guess. So
yeah, that's my big take. I honestly think that Jerod Mayo is going to be your next head coach.
Yeah.
What's your biggest priority for the Patriots? Like after the coordinator gets chosen, what do you want to see them do first?
Well, quarterback. Figure out who's going to be the quarterback of the future. That's what I want to know.
Okay, so I'll ask you. My guess, if it's not McCorkle-Jones, if it's not old Mackey boy, I think Jimmy Garoppolo ends up quarterback of the Patriots next fall.
I mean, it's going to be either him or Derek Carr, right? If Brady's not here.
No way are they going to pay $25 million a year for Derek Carr. No chance. I don't think Belichick thinks that much of him.
Let me ask you this:
He loves him some Jimmy G QB.
I have no issues with Jimmy G. I just think the opportunity for Jimmy G already passed. They had that opportunity, and because San Francisco was trying to get rid of him, and he didn't come here. There was so many rumors, remember, that they already had worked out a deal on draft day for Jimmy G, and it never got done. So for whatever reason, Jimmy G is not going to be in New England, while Bill Belichick's the coach. Let's put it that way. So would I rather have Jimmy G than Derek Carr? Absolutely, but I think Derek Carr is the most likely choice to be here in New England if it's not Mac Jones, and if Tom Brady goes to Miami. Otherwise,
Bayless
it's Tom Brady.
On YouTube, my prediction is we see Bill O'Brien and Mac next year. Okay, I could very well see it if they can work out. And obviously, this is going to be the first question that they're going to ask every offensive coordinator candidate. They're going to come it's going to be, what do you think about Mac? Here's how we feel. Do you think Mac can be the guy to execute your offense to the best of his abilities and get the most out of this team with the changes that we're going to make? And if you've got guys coming in saying nah, he's not for us, maybe they make a change. A lot of people don't see that. John Coleman,
Let me ask you this question,
Mike
Fitzy.
Rose, Jimmy G can't stay on the field. I know, but Belichick.
And I'm gonna let me ask you a question, and I'm only gonna use this analogy. I'm not getting political, but I'm gonna use the analogy of politics. If you have someone that divides people, doesn't that create more issues than good? Because Mac Jones, what we learned, there was a lot of people that don't like Mac Jones that are on the field playing for this New England Patriots. And there's a lot of people that do like Mac Jones.
No, the players like him. The players like him.
There's a few players. You can't tell me that all the players on offense and defense want Mac Jones to succeed. You can't say that. You cannot honestly say that. And the last thing that you want.
I know a bunch. I can tell you without naming names or citing sources that a ton of these players love him.
Okay, I'm not saying that. A ton of people like Biden. A ton of people like Trump. I'm telling you, Mac Jones divides people. Maybe it's not 50-50. Maybe it's 75-25. But if you don't have 25% of your starting team or the players buy into your quarterback, including coaches who don't buy into Mac Jones, that creates a problem. You never should have a quarterback on the field that divides anyone. They all should be for the quarterback. That's the coaches and the players. And Mac Jones has created a problem, a divide. What that percentage is, I'm not. What do you mean with who? We've heard tons of things from the coaching staff and
that's it.
So you think all the Patriots players bought in and said, Mac Jones is our guy. That's the guy we want to go to war with.
Yes.
Bullshit.
They love him.
No.
They love him.
No.
They love him.
You cannot say that.
The coaches do. The coaches see this. No, Bill. I don't think Bill likes himself. Okay, maybe not. I honestly, God, Rob. I want. Yeah, you have to believe Brady's not coming back. I want it to happen. There is nothing honestly short of winning Mega Millions tomorrow night and seeing both of my children grow up to live long, happy, healthy lives. I literally want to see maybe nothing more than Tom Brady coming back in, wearing the Patriots uniform, the chance of Brady.
That'd be awesome.
I miss it. Oh, it would be the greatest thing of all time.
And win a Super Bowl. Because this defense can win a Super Bowl.
Doesn't win a Super Bowl. I miss those feelings.
No.
There is no methadone. There's no methadone to replace the sweet high that we used to get.
We had 20 years of an unbelievable fairy tale run. It would only cap off the fairy tale. Brady come back here and win another Super Bowl. That's it. It's going to happen.
Our pal Steven Tower, I'm more worried that the players are no longer buying into Bill. Steve, that's a great point, and here's why.
I'll tell you why.
Now, Jack Jones has issues and he mouthed off. If you say Mac Jones, so help me God, you get a 5-minute view.
All right, I won't say it. I won't mention that name. How's that?
Okay, just take a break for it, just for a second. Derek Carr, Mac Jones. You want Derek Carr. Derek Carr, how many playoff wins does Derek Carr have?
I know. If
the amount as Mac Jones.
All I'm saying is, would you rather? I would rather have Derek Carr. Okay, I'm not saying Derek Carr is the answer. If I had to choose who was my quarterback for next year to win more games for the Patriots, I would choose Derek Carr.
Okay, here's one. Do you want to trade at least 2 first-round draft picks and give up $200 million for LaMarvelous?
You don't have to. If they franchise him, then you'd have to give up the picks. Maybe they don't franchise him. Maybe whatever. I don't know. First round picks, if you're going to draft Cole Strange for the next 2 years, probably worth it to get Lamar Jackson.
Cole Strange is probably a terrific person.
Yeah.
He's fine that you created the damn need for him. You didn't need it. All right, I love this. You get all these would you rathers. Here we go. This is great. Here we go. Watching live on the YouTube, Showland 1999. I don't want to retread if Mac's not the guy, draft one at 14. I don't know if the quarterback you're going to want is going to be
there's no one there. I mean, I like Hendon Hooker maybe late coming off of an ACL.
Hooker?
Yeah.
Are you saying this is like a hooker?
I'm not even sure he's coming out, though.
Or his ACL at the end of the season for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fun when old Rocky Top was doing well. All right, ready?
Yeah.
There you go. Geno Smith or Mac Jones?
Geno Smith. Not even a question. How can you? He was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year. Fitzy, are you serious right now? Are you saying you wouldn't rather have Geno Smith than Mac Jones?
All right, here's someone for you. Here's your new favorite, Steve Reed, Zappy over Carr. There you go. Oh, look at this, Greg Donnie. Oh, look at this. Here's your Zappy people. God, I can't stand that we do this every week.
On my Christmas card
Bill.
list. What did I say?
Thanks a lot, Belichick. Thanks so much for creating this damn. Yeah. Okay. Roger Harrison, good point. And this is something you can solve by calling up the Cardinals yesterday and offering a second-round pick or a third and a fourth. Get DeAndre Hopkins. They're going to move him. They need assets. They're going to rebuild.
Yeah.
His days are done. He went up to Belichick on the sidelines, as we saw before the Monday Night Football game on the Hard Knocks in season, Arizona Cardinals edition, and said, I love you, man. I go out there and I try and do my job.
I love you, man.
He can be had. Oh, Mike Rose, no doubt. The Comeback Player of the Year award should be renamed the Alex Smith Award, and B, Geno, done deal. Absolutely.
Awesome. He was awesome.
No, he was
Imagine if, and I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the year. I talked about Pete Carroll of being the second best coach of all time behind Bill Belichick. And people laughed at me with that take. And I'm like, Pete Carroll has done a lot with a lot less. Okay. And always has his team motivated. So I think my all-time, I would go Belichick, I would go Pete Carroll, and then I would go Mike Tomlin. I think during my lifetime of 3 of the best head coaches.
Rad Rob. If Tannehill gets released, a resurgence in New England.
Tannehill's not a bad quarterback.
No, he's
not a bad quarterback.
Play action. He'd
be actually perfect for this offense.
He just shit the bed in the playoffs last year, and I think that performance is going to dog him for a long time to come. And by the way, can I just say before we get into Super Wildcard Weekend talk and then our picks, I was so impressed last weekend with how prepared Vrabel had that Titans tean.
Good coach.
They were with a freaking guy they took off the Lions practice squad 2 weeks prior. An awesome effort. They didn't score a lot, but they were tuned up for that game. And it was one controversial defensive touchdown away from pulling off the upset. That was an impressive, Vrabel gets those guys ready. If there was anybody I would want to see coach the Patriots next, if I could handpick that guy, it'd be Vrabel in a friggin' heartbeat.
Yeah. And Jeremy mentioned in the chat channel, Bill Parcells. Yeah. I was kind of looking at during the 20-year run of the Patriots, but Bill Parcells definitely great coach. I mean, he's up there, obviously. Guy was phenomenal. When he came to New England, I couldn't have been more happier because it changed. We were coming off of a run of Raymond Berry, Dick McPherson,
Rod Rust.
Rod Rust. Who else was in that? Was that it?
It went Ron Meyer to Ray Berry, to Dick McPherson to Rod Rust.
Wow.
No, Rod Rust, then to Dick McPherson, then they got Parcells.
And then Pete Carroll.
Changed forever. I know. When Parcells, Carroll, and then Belichick.
Yeah. Yep. Interesting.
Yes.
Right.
Phrasing is everything. Pass on Carroll. Lol. I'm here for every Super Bowl 49 joke. All right. So here we go. Victor. Yeah, I know. Dick McPherson. We went 1-15. No, I think they went 2-14. I think they went 3-13 and 2-14 with McPherson. They went 1-15 with Rod Rust.
And they had the number 1 pick and took Irving Fryer, right?
He was well before Bledsoe.
So who did we take with the number 1 pick? Let's see. No, we took
Eugene Chung.
No, not that early. If we were 2-14, the first pick, so we took the defensive lineman
taken in 1993.
Well, in 81, was it 80 or 81? We finished with 2 wins.
Patriots in 1991, the New England Patriots.
No, 81 or 82. Yeah, Kenny Sims. Thank you, Greg. Greg Donahue chimed in. So Kenny Sims was the first one.
Wow, Greg Donahue competing for that.
It was
sweet research money here on the.
And I think they drafted him from Texas or Texas A&M. And that was 81. Thank you. I love the chatters. They just come right up. It's like having a producer in your ear.
It is. It's almost. Imagine what the show could be if we actually had a producer. All right.
And then Irving Fryer. So the next time they had a number 1
he
pick,
was in the 80s. Yep.
Yeah, and Irving Fryer.
I don't know when they drafted Bruce Armstrong.
Armstrong was out of Louisville. I think they drafted him third or 6th, somewhere in the 3 to 6 was Bruce Armstrong.
Drafted in the first round in the 1987 draft for your New England Patriots. He was taken. Oh my God! You know who else was drafted that year by the Patriots? Rich Gannon.
Out of Delaware?
No, just like the Rich Gannon, the quarterback.
I know, but was he a blue hen? Did he play at Delaware? Was he a blue hen? Where'd Rich Gannon go to school? I think he was a blue hen. No, I think he was Delaware.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. You guys are the best. I can only do so much at a time. I'm typing graphics. I'm moderating Dakota, trying to convince people it's time to give him a view. I think he went to Delaware.
Greg says he went to Delaware.
Okay. All right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. It's time to talk some wild card, and then we'll get up and out of here.
Sure.
6 games this weekend. We kick off Saturday at 4:30. You got the Seattle Sea Chickens, who nobody wanted to see as the 7th seed. I would have rather seen the Packers if they didn't shit all over themselves Sunday night in Green Bay. Or the Lions. Like, the Lions would have been 10 times the opponent. Seattle barely beat the Rams. And then for some stupid reason, they end up, I know, there's head-to-head opponents, conference record, etc. I would have, because the Seahawks beat the Lions in like a 100-point affair early in the season. I would have way preferred to have seen the Lions. They at least would probably have given San Francisco a game with how tough they were playing. That is a 10.5-point spread. Looks like weather's going to be a factor. Oh, it's down to 9.5. I can't love the Niners in this game enough. Spoiler alert, I think the Niners are going to the Super Bowl.
Maybe they are, maybe they're not. What's this quarterback going to do in the playoffs?
Hold on. We have a very important question. Yeah. We have to pause football talk for a second. Mike Rose.
Uh-oh.
Best barroom pizza on the South Shore.
I'm biased. Braintree Brewhouse?
Yeah. Some will tell you Linwood Cafe in Randolph. Others will say Poopsies in Marshfield. Some may even say Alumni, which uses the Braintree Brewhouse recipe over in Weymouth. Cape Cod and Brockton. My guy, Eamon's up watching from the station. What up, Eamon? He's our social media. He's our video director at WEEI. Cape Cod Cafe. I love Emma's in Bridgewater too. They're $4. Emma's pizzas are $4 frozen at
that's a good deal.
Market Basket.
That's not a bad
whenever
deal.
I go to Market Basket, I always stop. No, you don't. Oh, Eamon, you don't like Emma's? Rockland Sub Shop. Holy shit.
I think I've been there. Is that on 18? Route 18, like the corner of 18 and 139?
Wow. Oh my God. This is the Eamon is going to live and die on Cape Cod Cafe Hill. Good for you. I mean, Cape Cod, they're in Brockton. Those pizzas are so, like, that's, if people ask me, like, why are barroom pizzas? I've convinced so many people to stop spending money on takeout and just go to the store and buy a couple of those frozen, pull them out. They defeat every hangover. They pair perfectly with movie night, watching sports, and they're the absolute. Oh, there we go. Venus 2 in Marshfield, solid choice. I love that. See, this is what's awesome. we're talking football, and people are like, yeah, I'll listen to their wild card talk. This is kind of fun. I'm going to watch the game.
They said forget about who we want in the NFC wild card.
The second we go to barroom pizzas, people lose their shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes, Steve Reed, pro move. You take a Cape Cod frozen pizza and you throw it on the grill. Holy shit, is that a game changer? Yeah, but Braintree Brewhouse, Dakota even has a pizza. We will definitely do a football broadcast from there. The Dakota pizza with banana peppers and feta cheese.
It's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. All right.
It's still on the menu too, so it's selling.
Is it?
It was supposed to be kind of like a joke, during that whole thing, but he's like, no, people come in and buy it. So it's like, all right, we'll leave it on the menu. Yeah.
All right. Who do you like in the 9.5? Are you giving the 9.5 for San Francisco?
I'll take Seattle. I take Seattle in this game. I think Seattle has a chance of upsetting San Francisco in this game. Seattle plays hard. They got DK Metcalf. They got Geno Smith. Kevin Walker. To me, Seattle, I see it's all about the quarterback and what's he going to do in this particular game. So the good thing that I like about this game, even if San Francisco's up by like 14, Seattle's a backdoor cover team. They still play hard to the end. So I still might get the backdoor cover by taking the points with Seattle. So I'd probably buy the half a point, try to get 10 with Seattle plus the 10. I like that in San Francisco.
Gotcha. Okay. Just so everybody knows. Dakota,
not my play of the week, but
Dakota loves a backdoor cover.
Yes.
Yes, he does. I'm just going to do it right now. I got burned last week on my teas of the week. We'll run through the games. I'm just going to give you guys, I decided to up it because it's Super Wild Card weekend, so I had to up it to Fitzy's idiotic wild card, not teaser with 3. It's the teaser supreme. I'm teasing the Niners down to 3.5. I'm taking the Giants up to 9. My favorite bet of the week is under Ravens at Bengals. This bumps it all the way up to 46.5, and that's right. I'll take the Buccaneers Monday night. Tom Brady, I think the Buccaneers are going to win that game outright. No chance if Tom Brady loses, he loses by more than a touchdown. 0 chance.
Well, just to remind everybody real quick, and I hopefully my mic, I was getting some feedback. You guys were saying that my mic was a little bit too loud, so I turned it down. So hopefully this is okay.
Perfect. Actually, that's
this
perfect.
better now? This is better now?
Yep,
okay.
perfect.
We're 55 minutes in, and now I adjust my mic.
Whoa,
so,
look at this. Hold on. Alex Hay, watching live on the Book of Face, says Seattle, San Francisco is the biggest trap game this weekend.
Is his last name really Hay, or are we like, hey, Alex? Alex, hey.
That was so bad. There you go. You know what? There's his first one of the week. That was so bad. I apologize, Alex. I apologize to everyone. And usually this is an apology-free zone. You know what you get when you tune into the dick pics. Dad jokes, rim stingers, and Dakota's.
Listen, I have Dallas. Speaking about that game, as you know, I picked Dallas to win the NFC and the Super Bowl before the season started. I need Dallas Monday night to keep my bets alive.
Alex, yeah. I love it. Scottish Clan Hay. Love that. Oh, and by the way, favorite TV show I'm currently watching right now has nothing to do with anything else. Anyone watch Welcome to Wrexham, the show about Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, speaking of Scotsman, buying the lousiest soccer club in Wales. It's a docuseries, super funny, gives you all those little Ted Lasso vibes. Great show.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have you. You're supposed to text that to me so I can save it on my phone so I can make sure.
I'll text it to you after the show. But everyone else, I bet there's a bunch of Wrexham fans on here. Saturday night, you got the Ravens with 0.
Yep.
No, Saturday night is going to be fun, man. Chargers against Jacksonville, aka 2 quarterbacks I wish played for the Patriots. 2 laser rocket arms, 2 beautiful faces, 2 strong chins, 2 flowing locks of hair. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for that one. Chargers are giving 2.5 on the freaking road, dude.
Yeah, I'd have to go with the Chargers there only because I think the Chargers are a little bit better than Jacksonville, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on them to win at home. I think the Chargers go in there and beat them. So as much as I like the Jacksonville team, you know, I just
think
you're in
love with Christian Kirk.
I do. I mean, as everybody should be.
No Mike Williams in the game, which could be...
No, I think Mike Williams is playing. I thought I saw a report that he was going to play.
He's going to gut it out. If he does, then I think that the Chargers might be the play on that one.
Yeah.
They're one dumb coach away from being a team that could challenge for the Super Bowl.
Well,
they got everything they need.
The Chargers, if you're going to say other than Kansas City or Buffalo and Cincinnati, what other team has a shot that actually could go to the AFC Championship game and potentially beat Kansas City in Kansas City? It's the Chargers.
Not going to be in Kansas City.
If it's against the Chargers,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm assuming it's going to be Buffalo and Kansas City on the neutral Atlanta site. What an uninspired choice, by the way, for the potential neutral site AFC Championship.
Yeah. Either way, I think Jacksonville. I think Kansas City can be beaten this year. So to me, the AFC is going to be fun because I think every team except Miami, I could see on upsetting Kansas City in Kansas City.
All right, let's rip through the rest. Sunday, you got a full docket Sunday. You've got the Skylar Thompson-led Miami Dolphins making their way into Buffalo to take on the Bills. This is up to 13.5.
In Baltimore, excuse me. If Lamar Jackson's playing, then obviously Baltimore could, but
he's not playing.
He's not playing, or if going forward. So
yeah.
I just don't want to be misspeaking and people calling me out. So, all right, what game were you asking? What Sunday game first?
Sunday, 1 o'clock. The Dolphins, 13.5-point road dogs with Skylar Thompson in Buffalo.
See,
big line.
I'm going to match this up with the other thing that I want to discuss, and that's on the team totals. The spreads are big, but I think it's easier to bet the Buffalo team total over and Cincinnati team total over. And we did this a couple of times during the season. I think you liked one of the Buffalo Patriots over, and I said, no, just take the Buffalo team over because the Patriots might not score, and that was the only way it is. The game stayed under, but Buffalo ended up getting there.
Game. You were right, yeah.
Yeah.
They were 23.5, and they got 24.
I like taking these teams that have big spreads and just taking the team total over. It's just easier. So that's the way I would play that game. I mean, they could easily blow them out, and so, all right. And if they don't, they can still score enough points. So I think team total overs are the way to go with Cincy and Buffalo in that game.
Yeah, I
think it's 25 and a half on Cincy.
25 and a half?
Yeah, that's the team total.
Can I be honest? I don't love that. Because I think the Ravens defense is going to ball out, do the best they can, because they know they're going to have no offense, which is why I could see that game they're tough to run on. They're very tough to run on, especially with Roquan Smith playing out of his mind. He just got that new 5-year, $100 million deal.
Yeah.
Cincinnati winning 23-10 would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, no, they're going to put up points. Just don't forget, you're going to have short fields because they have no quarterback, and Cincinnati's going to be 40-yard drives, 50-yard drives. They're not going to have to go the full length of the field. And that's why, to me, that's why you're going to put up more points. Burrow's going to put up 4 touchdowns. There's 28 points. And even if he puts up 3, you're going to get a couple of field goals.
4 touchdowns. Damn, look at this. Glenn Smith. Where's this confidence coming from? Duval, Jags poised to run the table in the AFC. Wow, usually it's Bills Mafia bombers who are hopping in the chat, but I had no idea Duval was feeling it. Good for you, Greg. Good for you, Glenn.
Yeah, I can't find the Miami team total for some reason.
We also got coming up on Sunday. This is here we go. Dakota's lock of the week. He loves. Oh man, my graphics button is not working today. I apologize. Restream is being weird. Dakota loves Minnesota giving 3 at home, 4:30 on Sunday, 4:40 kickoff no less. Just to let you guys know, the biggest public action right now is in on the Bills. 75% of all bets are coming in on the Bills in the game where they're given 13.5 on Sunday. It is Vikings -3. It is 50-50 basically. It's half the money both ways.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, this is the game where I think a few weeks ago everybody said, well, out of all the teams, who would be the first one to get knocked out? And everybody said, Minnesota, because they were lucky this year. Minnesota won. They beat a lot of good teams. They had a good record. The Giants, don't forget, at the beginning of the year, I think their win total was 7. We all thought they would be around a 5-win team. They're still the Giants. That team was
7-1, best coach team in the NFL.
That team strictly was about their coach. And unfortunately, come playoff time, it's a different scenario. Minnesota's still well coached. I like what Kevin O'Connell's done. They've got great wide receivers, good running back, good defense. Sometimes their defense plays against, most of the time they give up a lot of points, but they don't have to worry about Daniel Jones throwing the ball for 300 yards. He's not a passing quarterback. He's just trying to run the offense. I think Minnesota will put too many points on the board, and the Giants are not going to be able to play catch up. I kind of like Daniel Jones being a Mac Jones where he really can't put up a lot of points for the Giants win. So I do think Minnesota minus the 3 is the play of the week out of all of them, because Minnesota should definitely win that game.
I just want to leave it. I just want to say, my acronym of the week, NPD, negative point differential. The only team to ever win their division and go into the playoffs having scored fewer points than they gave up. That is the NFL equivalent of winning the freaking division, winning the presidency via electoral college. It still happens. It still works.
Just means they got blown out. They had some paycheck games.
Several paycheck.
That's fine. But this isn't going to be a paycheck game, though, Fitzy. This is a playoff game at home.
They either win by 17 or more, or they lose outright. It will not finish anywhere.
Right. And I could easily see this game being a blowout.
And if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. And Sunday, we finish up with the aforementioned Ravens in Cincinnati, Queen City, with the Skyline Chili Squad. Joey Burr's Ben's Gals. I can't love the under in this game enough. It's 40.5.
That's super low.
Dude, who the fuck is starting for the Bengals? It's not Lamar. Tyler Huntley can barely move around at practice.
I mean, Baltimore.
Who the hell's starting for the Ravens?
It doesn't matter. Just take the Cincinnati team total over. That's it. They'll probably score a defensive touchdown, so that's one of the TDs. And Burrow's they're gonna probably put up 21 in the first half, put this game to sleep early, and they'll find a way to get to 20, 26, 27 points.
I might do a little. I might love me some Bengals in the under parlay, not a teaser. I'm feeling frisky this weekend, Dakota. Daddy, Christmas. The bill for Christmas just came. I'm feeling frisky this weekend.
Hey, you did. I have an idea. I saw something of guess what company is one of the biggest banks in the world. Can you take a guess? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not a bank.
Hit me with that one more time.
What company, well-known company, is one of the biggest banks in the world, and it's not a bank?
The NFL.
Starbucks. And do you know why? Starbucks have over $1 billion+ of Starbucks gift cards that go unused or just lag and before they get used. And all that money sitting in the bank, they're drawing tons of interest on. Okay? And here's what I was going to go. If I'm Starbucks, I would love to be able to be
for a mom joke.
So here we go. If I'm like Encore,
quality,
MGM, I'm going to say right now, place bets on the Super Bowl using your Starbucks debit card, like your Starbucks card. Find a way to do a promotion with Starbucks, okay? Because I've got tons of these $25 Starbucks gift cards, $50 Starbucks gift cards. They should tie in with some sports book for the Super Bowl. Use your
Starbucks gift cards.
Yep. Go on the app. Go whatever. Get those and get like a free $25 match. I'm telling you, it would be the biggest promotion ever.
This is the closest I've ever come to calling the police in Braintree and ordering a wellness check on you.
That is I'm a marketing guy. That's a phenomenal idea. Starbucks should partner with the casino or whoever on the sportsbook for the Super Bowl.
You take all your $25 and $50. You like?
Yeah.
That's just bananas.
Somebody's going to do that.
Okay, sure.
Somebody's going to do it.
Then I will look forward to the day when you are the one who gets out in front of that and makes it happen.
All right.
Until then, I choose to decry that is one of the looniest things. You know what? Fine. There you go. Dakota's a genius. No, John, but if you know anybody up in Seattle that likes burnt coffee and can get us a sponsorship, okay, great question. So Jordan Watson, always he asks great questions and sometimes provides better answers. So if someone steals from Starbucks, is that a bank robbery?
But they do that. You've seen plenty of like videos floating around now. They just walk into Starbucks. My drink gets stolen all the time, by the way, at the Braintree location.
Oh my God. All right, who do you like Monday night? And
Dallas. I think we already discussed this, didn't we?
you like
You're
Dallas?
going with I have to go with Dallas. My money's on the line. I need them to win the game.
Okay.
Do I think they're going to win the game? No, but do I want to win the game?
They're 1-4 on grass this year. They stink on grass. Tom Brady is 7-0 against the Cowboys and lifetime. And 4 times Tom Brady has been an underdog in the playoffs. 4 times he didn't just cover against the spread. He won.
Those are games were on the road, though. He's never been an underdog at home, though, right?
No, he's been an underdog at home.
In the playoffs?
Let's see. He was an underdog in Green Bay in the NFC Championship. He was an underdog in Super Bowl 36.
Road.
Technically. Or the
Steam-roaded.
I forget the other 2 times that he was a dog. Someone
I
else.
don't think in a playoff game. I don't think in a playoff game he was ever an underdog at home. You know, what was the Rams game when the Rams won the Super Bowl?
The Snow Bowl game. Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's like that's his rookie season. You know. And
all right, that doesn't count apparently.
No, it doesn't count. We're talking like mature Tom Brady.
There was one other game where damn it! Now I knew it last night on the radio. I rattled off all 4.
Were the Rams favored against him when last year?
Super Bowl 36? No. Super Bowl.
The Rams
53?
weren't. No, in the NFC Championship game. NFC Championship game.
Also on the road, the AFC Championship in Kansas City.
No, I know, but we're talking about at home. So Tampa Bay might have been a dog against the Rams.
No. Tampa was a slight favorite.
Okay.
I said he's 4-0 anytime he's ever been a dog in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a dog this time.
So. Oh my God. I have to spend like 10 hours clipping off all the terrible takes from this. Thank you for giving me so much content to review next week. If I actually
what did I do?
Time. I'm just busting your chops.
Oh, okay.
It's my job. Wow. Yeah, we say we're going to do a half an hour. Here we are, 57 minutes.
Yeah.
Again. All right. Final thoughts, encapsulations, predictions. What?
Final thoughts. As soon as I unplug with you, I'm heading to Encore. I'm going to play some poker, have a nice meal, and relax a little bit. So if anybody's going to Encore Casino, find me out. Slide into my DM somewhere.
There you go. Where are we going to be eating tonight? I'm looking forward to seeing Martini picks at Rare.
So could be Rare, could be Fratelli, or I might leave the Encore and head over to Ocean Prime in the Seaport, like take an Uber from over there or something. So
all right. Well, the wife and the younger one are away. It's me and the 9-year-old.
Ooh, bring the 9-year-old up. Let's go.
Let's bring him to the casino. Yeah, we know people there. They can probably lift a couple of velvet ropes and let him in. No, I was gonna say it is gonna be. It's going to be 100% like video games and dad movie night USA. I think the 9-year-old's going to get treated to Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time tonight.
Be careful. They might have nightmares after watching that, so be careful.
I'll tell them just like Indy warned Marion when the Ark of the Covenant gets opened. Marion, cover your eyes. I'll tell Thomas to cover his eyes for sure. All right, everybody, have a great that's it. And for your pick against Brady, Greg Donahue says you're now.
I love Tom Brady.
I know, me too. And
right,
I love
Fitzy,
you for watching and participating, Dakota. Great job. Yes, sir.
Fitzy, I love you. Just wanted to say that.
I love you.
We don't say
too,
each
Dakota.
other, but I love you.
Let's always don't leave the table without telling the people that you care about them. Drink up. God bless. Enjoy your Super Wild Card weekend. Once again, keep in touch with us, you guys. We always love hearing from you. Based on our betting advice, our terrible takes, and more, at Dakota Happus, and of course at Fitzy GFY. I'm on WEEI Sunday. I'm taking over the Sunday morning show now that I have no Patriots post-game show.
Who are you doing it with?
Me and Hart, just the Six Rings boys. Yep. So 10-1 on Sunday. I'm on Monday 2 to 5, and of course twice a week on the Rich Keefe show from 6 to 10, which has been a lot of fun. I love doing radio with Rich. It's a good time.
Awesome. He's good at night too.
He's great.
I actually like listening to him at night versus the midday.
I think there's great energy. It's exactly Rad Rob. Raiders is a total rite of passage movie. All right, keep in touch. Have a great Super Wild Card weekend. Take care of yourselves. Good day. God bless. Go fuck yourself. And as always, go Pats. See you, Dakota.